The story begins from where we left off in the last episode. Question discovered the Justice Lord records from a series of high-security files from a government terminal. He hopes it would prove the link between Lex Luthor and the government's Project Cadmus. He also learned about Luthor becoming president and how Superman murdered him in an alternate timeline. He firmly believes that everything in the Justice Lord timeline will also happen in theirs, leading to Armageddon. Hoping to prevent this future, Question sneaks into Cadmus to kill Luthor, but is instead captured and tortured for information by Dr. Moon. When Question goes missing, Huntress tracks down Jimmy Olsen to summon Superman. They later find Question's comlink in the trash, which Huntress fears the worst of. Superman initially refuses to help her, insisting that the League cannot act without legal grounds. He only later agrees, stating that they are doing it off the books. Superman and Huntress later break into Cadmus, where they learn of Professor Hamilton's involvement with Cadmus. When confronted about it, Professor Hamilton explains that the world needs protection from Superman and his kind, given that he was once threatened by Superman personally. Superman and Huntress break into the cell where Question is being tortured. As they're leaving, they are confronted by Captain Atom, who has orders to stop them. Although Superman tries to reason with him, Captain Atom intends to follow orders to stop them from escaping the facility with Question. When Superman walks up to him, Captain Atom sends him flying against the wall. He claims that he controls radiation and can produce red sun energy blasts, which weaken Superman. Superman orders Huntress to take Question to safety while he distracts Captain Atom. He then gives her his comlink to call the Watchtower for an emergency teleport. Captain Atom tries his best to stop Superman, but is no match against him. Their battle quickly turns into a fistfight as each tries to take out the other with their Sunday punch. Despite how hard Captain Atom comes at him, Superman tries to keep himself in control as he is still part of the Justice League. When Superman hesitates to finish him off, Captain Atom fights back with a red sun energy blast. Cadmus agents catch up to the Question and the Huntress, which she quickly takes out. When they arrive at the door, Huntress finds it locked, so she tries to hack its system. Out of nowhere, Superman and Captain Atom crash into a wall, which Huntress thought was a convenient coincidence. She helps Question and escapes through the hole in the wall. When Question sees the flight of stairs they must climb, he claims he can't make it. Huntress uses a grappling hook, quickly taking them to the top of the stairs. Reaching the rooftop with agents still after them, Huntress swallows her pride and calls for help from the Watchtower. John Jones, aka Martian Manhunter, answers her call and tells her to stop using this channel as she is no longer part of the Justice League. She informs them that they have managed to rescue Question from Cadmus and require immediate extraction while Superman keeps Captain Atom distracted. As their fight drags on, Superman proves he's stronger and more formidable than Captain Atom. Superman throws Captain Atom against the wall. When he's still trying to shake it off, Superman restrains his arms with a steel bar, but Captain Atom attacks him with a red sun energy blast at point blank. Superman finally knocks him out, coming dangerously close to cracking his containment suit. Out of nowhere, Cadmus agents show up to check on him. Superman shouts, telling them to back off, claiming that he's a member of the Justice League, and walks out of the room, carrying an unconscious Captain Atom. Captain Atom and Question are being treated for their injuries at the Watchtower. Struggling to breathe, Question asks Huntress to remove his mask with the aerosol in his pocket. Ready to show her his true face, Supergirl sees two colleagues on the hospital bed and wonders what happened. Superman explains that Cadmus has turned Captain Atom against them. He also informs her that Professor Hamilton is also working for Cadmus and suspects he is the one who cloned Supergirl. When Superman once asked him to treat her injuries, when they ask why he would turn on us, Superman claims that Professor Hamilton was afraid of them. Although she was raring to go and retaliate, Superman claims he needs to talk to Question first. Superman walks in on Question and Huntress and asks how Cadmus caught him. Question admits that he sneaked into Cadmus to kill Luthor so Superman wouldn't have to. Superman claims that's not how the Justice League does things. Question explains that Justice Lord Superman killed Luthor in an alternate timeline and was bound to happen this time, too, given how remarkably effective Luthor is in bringing out his worst side. Superman claims that he can take out Cadmus without having to kill Luthor. Superman and Supergirl storm up to the bridge to confront John and wonder why he shouldn't go down and take care of Cadmus once and for all. John explains that they don't have hard evidence that Cadmus has committed any crimes and are expected to uphold the law. Superman claims they're dirty, so Green Arrow says they should spend most of their time proving it then. John tells them Cadmus may be right to fear them and claims there is strong evidence of Cadmus having legitimate connections to the government. Green Arrow claims that their fears are understandable. Even he's scared of Superman and people like him being the only guy in the room without superpowers. He wonders who could stop them if they ever decide to go marching in and taking care of whoever they think is guilty. Superman explains they're not talking about the entire government, but a shadow cabinet that's taken it upon themselves to eliminate them. He claims they should hit them back hard since they came after them. Amanda Waller calls Lex Luthor and informs him that Superman has broken into Cadmus, taking Question and Captain Atom with him. She claims that they still don't know what Question got from the secured files he got from a Cadmus terminal. The worst-case scenario is that they have implicating evidence of Luthor's involvement and that they would soon confront him. He claims he isn't afraid of the Justice League, given that the president gave him a full pardon. Waller explains that although he was pardoned for his past crimes, it doesn't involve any new crimes committed, and they will deny any involvement with him should he get arrested. She threatens to cut him loose should he get caught. He later hangs up on Waller, but not before claiming that the Justice League has problems of their own to attend to. While arguing whether the Justice League would act in Cadmus, Lex successfully hacks into the Watchtower systems to activate the binary fusion generator. When John tried to stop it, he got locked out of the system. He was forced to pull the wiring on the control panel, but that didn't stop it. Superman flew outside and hurtled to the mouth of the cannon to stop it, but he was a split second too late, and he got blown away when the cannon fired at its target. Meanwhile, the people down below go about their daily lives when they suddenly pause to see a bright light from the sky. A beam lances down and destroys a power plant in the middle of the city. The building is vaporized and a mass shockwave ripples out, causing massive destruction to the surrounding city with the force of an earthquake. Dr. Light recovers an unconscious Superman floating in space while the Watchtower has lost all power from the sudden emission charge. John asks Atom and Steel to help with rebooting the systems. When asked what they hit, John claims they fire upon Cadmus headquarters. Realizing the damage they caused, Flash suggests leading a rescue team to the surface to help survivors and those caught in the shockwave. Suddenly, John gets a frantic call from the president who asks him why the Justice League would destroy a high-security R&D facility. John swears that someone hacked into the Watchtower to make it seem like they did. The president claims that he's having his people investigate the incident. The president warns him that although he may have saved the world numerous times, if it turns out that they are found responsible, then the full weight of the United States government will be coming down on them. Later, the president receives a call from Amanda Waller, who's shocked to find her alive. She claims that after their recent break-in, she had the entire facility scrubbed and moved per standard protocol. She claims that the Justice League attacked an abandoned facility and that there were no casualties. Although the president claims he is unsure if the Justice League is responsible, Waller insists that this was retaliation for capturing and torturing Question. The president worries that if she's right, then it would be their worst fears realized. Fearing this would be the start of an all-out war against the Justice League, Waller claims that Cadmus is their only option. The president is still reluctant to retaliate and tells Waller to stand by. Supergirl and Green Arrow manage to pry open the flight deck doors with power still down. With a few superheroes in the Watchtower, Flash and the others head to Earth to support the evacuating people. After seeing the aftermath of the attack, Green Arrow is disheartened and claims that they did this. Flash explains that it wasn't them and that he was there when they saw someone take control. Green Arrow explains that it's their weapon and that if they didn't have it, their enemies would not have been able to use it. He claims that it's too much power for anyone to have. Flash and the others cooperated with the authorities to search and help survivors. They cover each building and ensure that everyone gets to the shelter. When one of the kids was worried about her pet cat, Flash quickly brought it to her. Out of nowhere, a concerned citizen speaks up and asks Flash why they shot at him. The man explains that after they shot at them, the Justice League conveniently went to help, which was very suspicious. He claims he saw a giant laser beam from the sky, like the one the Justice League used to shoot the alien spiders in Nevada a few months ago. Green Arrow tried to explain that it was an accident and that they never intended to hurt the people. While Green Arrow and the man are arguing, Flash interrupts them and asks the people to trust them. A few people who heard the conversation decide to go on their own to fend for themselves rather than go to the shelter where the heroes are taking the survivors, implying that the heroes have lost the people's trust. Back at Cadmus, Amanda Waller and the others await the call of the president to address the issue. Tired of waiting, Waller grows impatient and claims that somebody has to do something about the situation. She later returns to the new facility, finds Galatea, Supergirl's clone, and Cadmus's asset, and wonders if she's ready for a mission. Waller explains that her mission is to take down the Justice League with an army of multi-men clones. The end. Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos, and please make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.